Hi guys, I hope you're well. I'm going to talk this week a little bit about how it's important to keep on top of things when you get injured. So yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend who was talking about how she got in a really good place sort of mentally. She's not an athlete, so I think this relates to general life as well. Like just before Christmas, she was in a really good place, and then she sort of slipped back into old ways of thinking a bit, and is sort of in not as good a place now. And she just sort of was saying, oh, I wish like I could get back to where I was. And you know, you sort of when you are doing well, you sort of think that yeah, you've got the answer now, you're gonna live happily ever after, that kind of thing. But obviously life throws you several curveballs which will prevent that from happening. And I'm a really keen gardener. So wait, let me explain. And I think you can liken injuries to weeding. So not just injuries, but you know, just generally in life, any sort of like negative thoughts, things that stop you from being like optimally happy. It's not just something that's ever going to be a given and it's ever going to be easy, and once you've achieved it, it's always going to be the same. So with weeding, you clearly have to keep on top of it because weeds are always going to keep coming back. And so talking more specifically about how weeds are like injuries, actually gardening is a really good time to think. Actually, you get so many epiphanies. So anyway, I digress. Weeds, if you leave them for a long time, then they are harder to remove, like an injury. If you try to ignore it, or if you just don't pay any attention, then it'll, you know, the knot will get in your muscle will get particularly big, or the misalignment will get a bit more ingrained, that kind of thing. Whereas if you're very in tune with your body, if you sort of pay attention and visit it, like, you know, your attention to it very often, then there'll just be small niggles which will just easily be removed. Like when you're weeding, you don't even need a trowel to do it, you know, you can just pull it out. So yeah, just keeping on top of things in that respect, keeping the weeds small, keeping the injuries, the niggles small, key thing. Also, if you don't do that, then weeds have a tendency to spread. So obviously if you have an injury in one place, you're going to start compensating and then going to start causing injuries in other places. So another bit of wisdom. Let's see what else I've got on my list. The less you have, the less you'll get. So similar kind of idea really about the spreading. Actually that's pretty much the same thing, isn't it, more or less. You get different types of injuries which will require different treatments. So some you need to dig a bit deeper than others. And this final one reminds me of something a friend once said, Eloise Wellings, who I've mentioned before in a vlog, who came back from several injuries. She missed sort of 3 Olympics through injuries, mainly stress fractures, and she said to me once that she now accepts that injuries will happen and will be a part of her career, but she's determined now not to sort of necessarily even see them as a bad thing, and just to make sure that when she does get them, that she just takes the steps that she knows she needs to do to get back and to make the most of it. And I actually love weeding. Yeah, I do. I find it very satisfying. And so I'm not saying that you're going to love getting injured when it happens, but there's no need to sort of really fear it or hate it, I don't think. You know, the more you can kind of view it as an opportunity to do something a bit different, you know, whether it's cross training, meet new therapists, meet new people by doing slightly different things, then and just learn more about yourself and learn like certain weaknesses that are then going to make you a stronger and better athlete. So it's just sort of reframing that whole perception of injuries can be a good thing. So yeah, there we go. And then, as it said, relating back to what I said at the start, you know, in general life as well, You just got to recognise that it's never always just going to be plain sailing, but the more you get used to managing things, and again, it's just remembering to do the things as well. In fact, just a little example I've had myself recently, I keep getting the same little niggle in my calf, which I know if I release my hip, then it'll be fine. So every night I've just been doing a bit of stretching and a bit of releasing on that, and then lo and behold, my calf's okay generally. So just make sure you do it as well as recognising the need to do it. Right, anyway, that's enough. So have a good week.